I did a video a while ago showing my original 1952 War Department British jerry can. Now, I thought I'd show something you can buy in 2024, what you can get in local Bunnings warehouse stores around Australia, or any other locations that sell jerry cans. You can pick up these. These are modern copies. Not as good as the Ravian cans you can buy for offline, well, built to exactly identical qualities as that. I will copy a Ravian one day, but I'm gonna just bought this for temporary measures. I'm gonna pop one. Now, I bought an Oxito 200 watt, 2000 watt Jenny back in March this year, and I was trying to find these for sale. A whole bunch of these. I wanted to get two of them. One for my World War II collection, or Army collection, and one to use for unleaded petrol for my little generator. I'll show the little generator and I'll come back to the jerry cans. Now outside here, I'm in the back of my house where I keep the jerry can. I might go outside or something here. I have a little Zito generator down there. But I got mine as a power backup during a power cut. And I wanted the jerry can to store the fuel for it. Now what I have here is the original British one, like I mentioned. I couldn't find, none of the Army surplus stores back in March had any of those. Now in August, on the day of my birthday, I spotted this one in a window of the Armour Antiques, Marlborough Street, Geelong. And I wanted to get one of them in March for my generator, or two extra, one for cooking, one for unleaded fuel, but I couldn't get one, so I bought one of these. These are the modern examples you can buy. Not as high quality as the Ravian cans, but these are still good quality jerry cans. The main downside you have with these, I put that on there because I can identify something. I also wrote that on the side as well. With Sharpie. I put that on the side. My mum did it on this side. Because it does sound my generator, as I won't show it now, it does sound the generator can use unleaded 91. But with spares of using unleaded 91 petrol, it doesn't, my generator can run on it, but it doesn't really work too well because my generator smokes like a steam train when I run it on unleaded 95. Unleaded 91, I should say. So I use a more high octane unleaded 95, and I'm going to keep using this because I have done experiments with that, and it does not make my generator smoke when I use high octane unleaded 95. So this is my unleaded 95 jerry can, I call it, because I use it for unleaded 95 only. I filled this up the first time I got the jerry can of unleaded 91, then I hooked to the local disposal place and got the petrol disposed of in the same manner, and then I refilled it. Well, I didn't refill it, my mum did. I let my mum have to go doing this because she never had to go doing a jerry can. But the thing, what is a downside to these, as I will show with the British one first, is the welding job. On the German ones are identical. The original German ones made in the early part of the war, and these British copies are identical job when they were made. They have a tenuous weld all the way around here, and all the way here when they did the handle on the back. Same on this side, and right there. And the lid has a thing I like on it where if you lift it up, it drops down. So when you pour petrol into your machines, cars or anything, the lid can't fall down when you're filling your vehicles up or machinery. Yeah. On this one, it's not as good quality, but as you can see, the weld is not pretty good on these. It's not nice. It still holds strongly, but the weld's not welded like it would have been. Same one here, it's not welded all the way around, as you can see. Nor does the lid have that cool latching thing on it. Now this does have unleaded 95 in it at the moment, so I'll be very careful when I open this, but sometimes it sprays out and you open the lids on these. Yeah, see, 495. Now, I will close this back up, so I'm going to fill my house with petrol smells. It doesn't have that latch, so you actually can see it wobbles. So whenever I have to fill this in my thing, I always hold it like, no, not this hand. I always get this hand here. I put my little finger through there and hold it like that, and I can pour this into my Jenny without it falling down. That's why I wanted one of these original cans, because knowing it can be 60, 70 years old if they're original war ones. No, 80 years old in some cases, the World War II ones, or maybe even more. This particular one here is 72 years old because it's from 1952. It might have a bit of rust near and there, as you can see. But none of this is old, 72 years old. You can still use this in a vehicle for your lawnmowers, generators, rip and zippers, chainsaws, all that. Absolutely fine. It would not have any problems. So the only thing you will have to do now, a lot of my viewers probably don't know this. You do have to change this rubber O-ring around here every so often, because with the mixture of the fuel, it has a, I don't know what green it is, I can't remember the name of it. There's some particular green to the fuel degrades rubber O-rings on this. So you can buy them new offline for these, and I want to buy some for this one soon because I do keep this one in service. But these ones are more better for petrol. Even if it's 80, 90, 70 years old, they'll still be good for petrol storage, diesel storage, any type of fuel. Pretty fine. You can pick these up. These cost about 70. I got for about 80, but you can get them cheap off marketplace in very good condition. The main thing in mind is the main thing you have to do with these, like especially because they're old cans, is do the rubber O-ring inside the lid. That's the main thing you have to make sure it's not got any holes in. Now this has had a field repair twice by the British Army. You see they welded it there, and they've welded it here. Now don't try doing that job yourself. If you need to get your jerry can welded, make sure, especially, there's no petrol fumes. Make sure when this is empty, you let it sit with the lid open in under a carport or something in your back garden to let the petrol fumes evaporate, and leave it upside down as well, so if anything's in there, the petrol fumes will evaporate out the can for you. Well, because these can blow up if you weld them, so you got to make sure when you weld them up is let them sit for a while with the cap open to let the fumes get out the can before I start welding it up. Because this has been field repaired by the army, right there you see it, where they've actually field repaired this in its life. Not in 1952, but it was like done many years ago though, maybe even done when it was taken out of service. Now there is other jerry can makers about. You can find ones that have a similar motor to this, but it's got D-arrow-D. Now that's the not War Department, that's the Australian War Department. But I'm not sure what it stands for, the Aussie one, but the 5DD ones. I did have one of the DD ones many years ago when I was about 17 years old, 16 years old I think, because I bought myself a Spectre lawnmower back then, but I don't have any more, and I bought a jerry can. I gave the jerry can to my friend Sean. He's got it now. I let him have it because I was going to move it, because I couldn't move it to my new house at the time. But the original ones for Aussie Armours have DD. I believe the Australian Defence Force still will have used cans like this. I haven't seen them, but if they're Australian Defence Force, you've got to have ADF on them, I would say, but I've not seen them. I don't know if they're using them these days, but the Australian Defence Force will have the Australian Defence Force initials on the things. But this is my original jerry can and my copy. The copy ones you find in Bunnings have 20 litres. The funny arrow thing, what's in the same place as the original ones, have markings. Then you have this marking down here. I think I saw something. No, it's not on this one. So up there, so that you N thing on it. But if you want to get a good fuel canister for petrol and you can't find an original, either order Arabians off eBay or offline, or look on Facebook Marketplace, or these pop up, British ones pop up very commonly on Marketplace. I was looking on there. There was one, there was a 1945 one I saw the other day. It was up in Traralgon. If it's still on there, I might actually go and get it, because the pre-war ones in the British ones are quite hard to find, but ones made before 1945 are hard to find in Australia. But ones made before the 50s are hard to find in Australia. This one I found in Geelong Armour Antiques. I just some other ones. Even had one of the things what they call a flimsy can there the other day. I saw and I walked past. They're not worth getting. You can get them for collection use, but I wouldn't use them for any type of fuel storage, because like the story with those flimsies is they leak. They don't hold up to bangs and all that. They leak commonly, so it wouldn't worth getting them. The ex-military jerry cans are quite a good option. You can use them for petrol, diesel, gasoline if you're in America. Also the fuel storage. I wouldn't use them for water storage, unless you're using it for your garden, that is. You can store 2-stroke mixed fuel in these, but I'm not going to. I will be doing that in the future. I have a little petrol engine on the way for my bike, but I'm going to do it in a different can, because I bought another can. I keep it in here mostly now, because these ones are not good to keep outside. I've got some of these cheap ones here. I'm going to keep that there for the 2-stroke bike, and I get the thing mixed up in it. But this is my modern day jerry can I use for my Oxito generator, and that's my original British War Department can.